Vasishtha Rishi told Sri Ramachandra that four qualities are required: samatva, equanimity, santosha, being contented or happy, satsanga, and then atmavichara. Now let us look at satsanga. Satsanga means the company of the realized soul, one who has wisdom, one who is enlightened. It is very difficult to find out who is enlightened. To get such a company is very, very difficult. Get a company of such a realized soul is very difficult. Most of the time we say I went to a satsang. They're all mostly due to the discourses. Discourses is the person who is giving discourse will talk something and we listen. The discourse should be of different topics, something on Purana, something on glory of the divine, something, many things devotional, many aspects are covered in discourse. But discourse is for mostly for a larger audience. What happens in larger audience? There will be very, very intelligent people, sharp people who have sharp grasping capability, and there are people who are not so intelligent. The person who is giving discourse, whom should he cater to? He should try to address both. So in the process, he will be taking a middle path, and which will not satisfy the person, the student who has a sharp intellect. On the other hand, Atmagnana or self-knowledge has to be learned from a realized master, which is more of a one-to-one learning. It's more of a learning which can happen in a closed and where there's a close relationship. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena parisevaya upadekshanti te gnanam gnanina tattvarshina. Approach a realized master, surrender to him, do service, ask questions, then he will answer you, he will give you tattva gnana, means knowledge of that. So here there's a closer interaction is required. It's not a discourse. Discourse is a monologue. Whereas understanding or realization of Atmadana is a dialogue between the master and disciple. That's why all Upanishads are dialogues, master and disciple. What happens in dialogue is the doubts of the disciple are clarified. Otherwise, the student, disciple, will think whatever he has understood as right and go. The correction doesn't happen. So there's a story in Upanishad for this. The king of Devatas or divine beings called Indra and king of demonic beings or Asuras called Virochana both approach a realized master called Brahaspati. Brahaspati Acharya was a realized master. They seek Atmagnana or self-realization from Brahaspati Acharya. In those days, the disciples have to work in the ashram, do service to the master before they can get wisdom. Brahaspati Acharya says, go and take care of my cow shed. There are many cows, you should take care of cow shed. Both start working there. They work for 12 years. After 12 years, they come in front of the master. The master says, okay, I'll give you knowledge of the self, knowledge of Brahman or supreme knowledge. Both of you come near the pond. It takes them near a pond, which is still with a still water, pond which has a still water, and shows them, look into the pond. What do you see? I see myself. That is Brahman. That is the Atma. That is the supreme reality, he says. The one who is looking into this, one who is seeing this reflection is Brahman, he says. Okay. So that's about consciousness, Sakshi. But both of them mistake. The body, they're seeing the body. That's why they think that body is Brahman. Body is the supreme reality. Virochana says, I understood. He's very happy. He bows down to the Guru and goes back. And goes back and tells, gathers all his demonic, the followers of demonic followers, and says, I have understood the supreme knowledge I got. Your body is supreme. So enjoy. Whatever you want to do for the body, do it. Ensure that you are happy all the time. So they Devata Asuras confuse body to be the self. And today, in today's world, everybody confuses body as the self. Body is not the self. Devendra, the king of Deva, divine beings, he gets confused. How can body be self? Body is aging, body will die. How can be self? There must be something wrong. He asks the master, and master says, go and again clean up the cow shed, work for some more years. Again, after 12 years, Indra goes to master, and master asks some question, and master gives some answer, and again he goes back and continues the work. Like that, 96 years passed before he gets a wisdom. So why this 96 years? Why this work? You see, I told that there are 4 things required. Samadhana, that equanimity, santosha. The mind has to become calm. So this is the master's way of testing whether the disciple has acquired the first 2 qualities, equanimity and calmness. By doing service, you will acquire these qualities. Working in a cow shed is easy. So the smell, the dirt, all those things you have to clean. Equanimity has to be developed. So the master is testing whether the disciple has developed equanimity and happy state of mind. These are the prerequisites. If somebody gets frustrated in between, he can leave because he has no eligibility to get the Atmadana. Self-knowledge. Understand? So this is the way the master is to test. So the only way to get self-knowledge is to develop the quality of equanimity, contentment, santosha, samatva santosha, satsanga, realized master, then atma vichara, self-inquiry. Who am I? So how to develop number 1 and 2, which is equanimity and contentment, through service. So this is the teaching of Sri Vasishtha to Sri Ramachandra. So